Well, they've already signaled that they're going to come out pretty hard on attacks on what they call his absence of character and his absence of leadership qualities. In fact, there was a story in the New York Times just in the last couple of days about his association with William Ayers, who had been a member of the Weathermen. It was a radical group from the 1970s. He's now a school reformer in Illinois. But the McCain campaign has seized on that already, and Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, in an appearance in California yesterday, had this to say about it. We want to share that with our audience now.
Evidently, there's been a lot of interest in what I read lately. Well, I was reading today a copy of the New York Times. And I was really interested to read in there about Barack Obama's friends from Chicago. Turns out, one of his earliest supporters is a man who, according to the New York Times, was a domestic terrorist and part of a group that, quote, launched a campaign of bombings that would target the Pentagon and the U.S. Capitol.
And Sarah Palin, Mr. Begala, listen, this has been just below the radar for some time now. It's not entirely clear how close their association is. Obama has condemned those acts at that time. Wouldn't it have been wiser for him, however, to get at that much earlier than now, 130 days before the election?
Well, no, Obama was asked about this in a debate in the primaries with Hillary Clinton sitting there. George Stephanopoulos of ABC asked him about it. He answered it. He pointed out that the despicable acts this guy committed were committed when apparently Barack Obama was 8 years old. And I think Governor Palin here is making a strategic mistake. This guilt by association path is going to be trouble ultimately for the McCain campaign. You know, you can go back. I've written a book about McCain. I had a dozen researchers go through him. I didn't even put this in the book, but John McCain sat on the board of a very right-wing organization. It was the U.S. Council for World Freedom. It was chaired by a guy named John Singlaub, who wound up involved in the Iran-Contra scandal. It was an ultra-conservative right-wing group. The Anti-Defamation League, in 1981, when McCain was on the board, said this about this organization. It was affiliated with the World Anti-Communist League, the parent organization, which ADL said has increasingly become a gathering place, a forum, a point of contact for extremists, racists, and anti-Semites. Now, that's not John McCain. I don't think he is that. But you know, the problem is that a lot of people know John McCain's record better than Governor Palin, and he does not want to play guilt by association, or this thing will blow up in his face.